Right now, this about the Washington Commanders. WSA 9 has just obtained the GOP report on the Washington Commanders investigation. This report was put together by the Republican members of the House Oversight Committee, and that committee is headed up by Democrats. So this is the response to the official report, which has not yet been released. Now,
it's right here.
Oh, okay. It is just now.
Like we just got it hot off the press. Literally going through it right now.
This copy was written about 10 minutes ago, so in the last 10 minutes, we do now have the report. The title is Committee Democrats' Misuse of Congressional Oversight in Washington Commanders Investigation. Of course, that is the title of the GOP report. As you guys just saw, I'm here with our chief investigative reporter, Eric Flack. He's been digging through all this with me as well. And of course, our sports director, Darren Haynes. Okay. So let's start with the GOP report.
I think the GOP is a response to to this,
Yeah.
and so what and remember this is 79 pages long, and I'm just reading it.
Yeah, in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm still probably on like page 10 or 11. But some of the things that I got from this is that it's talking about Dan Snyder impeding on the NFL's investigation of the team, which is the Beth Wilkinson report. That was the one that was they didn't have the there was no written report that a lot of people wanted that written report on. Also that the NFL was aware that Dan Snyder interfered with this investigation and did not do anything about it. They also mentioned that the league failed to penalize Dan Snyder for impeding on that investigation. But like I said, this 79 pages long. We'll continue to read through these. We'll have them up on our WSA 9 website.
If I could, one thing that kind of summarizes everything Darren was just saying comes at the end of the summary at the end of this House report. The committee's investigation shows that the NFL has not protected workers from sexual harassment and abuse, has failed to ensure victims can speak out without fear of retaliation, and has not sought true accountability for those responsible even after decades of misconduct. Congress should act swiftly. So again, this is putting a bow on what they've been saying, what we've been hearing this entire time, that the Commanders had a toxic workplace culture. The NFL oversaw a sham investigation into that culture, and the NFL and Dan Snyder colluded together to block Beth Wilkinson's investigation. The Republicans put out their response before the House committee had even put out their report. In that, we get some very salacious emails written by former general manager Bruce Allen to members of the staff, including former coach John Gruden, at which point, that is actually John Gruden right there. He was not coach, he was actually the brother of the Washington Commanders coach Jay Gruden, in which they share some of these, at times, naked photos of what we can presume are employees.
Or former Washington Commander cheerleaders.
Former Washington Commander cheerleaders kind of making light of these nude photos. The Republicans are using that to say Bruce Allen was the problem, not Dan Snyder. Any investigation, any true investigation, would have brought him into the mix and not focused on this owner and the NFL team. And this was just a way to take down an NFL owner and an NFL team.
And it's really disturbing. I mean, I know we've been reading through all of these, and you mentioned, I mean, there are nude photos throughout this. There are homophobic comments throughout this. It's pretty disturbing stuff. Again, we're going to continue to read through all of this. As you can see, this is a pretty thick report for the rest of the day. And of course, we're going to have updates coming up on the news at 5 and 6 o'clock after we kind of.
And WUSA 9 right now, we're putting all this out on our website and on our Twitter pages as well.
Thanks, guys, so much.
No problem.